And so we're talking about aliens.
Hopefully.
Welcome to Earth, motherfucker.
Oh, unless the aliens come here shooting up the place or trying to eat everybody, we're trying to blow them out of the sky, take their technology, and dissect them to see what made them tick. It was always one or the other.
Right.
It's
so
very, very rare do you see a movie or something where the aliens are sitting back and drinking their coffee and going, hey, look, they're copulating again. Wow, that's the fourth time this week. They really have exhaustible energy cycles, don't they? Yeah, like
it's just picture like some documentary style voiceover.
It's like,
the metaphor is there's so
Fresh
many of
news.
these hurdles you have to get past to become a spacefaring civilization, to be out there and for other species as we are to see us and be like, whoa, look, aliens.
Hey there, Midnighters and Moonlighters. Welcome to Nightwatch. This is your closer-in-chief here with the Nightwatch Security Services crew. Big Smoke.
Aloha.
Jolly Green.
Yeah, hello.
And we are broadcasting out from Outpost 2. Still getting the feel for the space. Still getting...
Deep in the Himalayan mountains.
Still figuring out what we can and can't do as far as quick movements and an unstable foundation.
Oh my God. Insulation is good at least.
Insulation is good. It's keeping nice and warm in here. I mean,
Mm.
it's, let's see, we rolled up, it was like 30 degrees. It's still about 30 degrees outside, isn't it? But it's still feeling nice and toasty.
Every time I get in here and I'm sitting here like this, it instantly takes me back to the Jurassic Park one where
Oh, no.
brings in the little T-Rex, and then it's like, oh, something's going to happen. And then you look at this window here and the T-Rex just pops his eye and is like, what's going on in there?
That's probably, I hate that scene because homeboy is using the car to keep the thing from falling over the cliff.
Oh, yeah, that's
And that T-Rex reached in there, grabbed his ass, and then the other one grabbed the other half of it.
yeah.
Oh, dude.
And
man.
it's not even like, you have the Dennis Nedry one, you know what I mean? He deserved that shit, you know what I mean? He was a piece of shit. That dude was just trying to do but what was right, you know what I mean? And it's sad to see someone like that get fucked up.
What about the lawyer? What are you guys' thoughts on the lawyer?
Gennaro?
In the first movie.
one.
Gennaro.
Is that what his name?
Yeah, his name's Gennaro.
The cat that died on the toilet.
Yeah, Gennaro, yeah.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
I mean, he kind of deserved it. He left the children.
He did leave the children.
If he just chilled out, he'd been alright.
He left us.
He left us.
I don't know. I'm always torn on it because it's like, on the one hand, dude was just doing his job, you know? I mean, could you imagine trying to be a lawyer for, we want to open the first fucking dinosaur theme park where there's going to be live carnivores the size of houses.
I get his fear. I get his fear, but when there's children around, like how I would have played it is there's children around, you got to be there for them. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's I like to think, which, that's, the bullets go flying overhead and there's a different story. You can say, I'd stay put. No, you're running. You know what I mean? But I would really like to think, in my opinion, that I would be like there to like help the kids. You know what I mean? Just like calm down. You know
That
what I mean?
whole scene, when that sucker came through the top of that roof and it was just that plastic topper between him and the kids, I was like, okay, that's kind of that's fucking rough. I mean, if I was a lawyer, I don't know what I could have done. But I wouldn't go through the fucking toilet. I know that much. I wouldn't be sitting there. That cat, all that lawyer brain went out the window with the straight lizard brain. I got to get out of here.
Concealment. Hide.
Hide.
Scurry under a rock.
Survive. That's all that cat was thinking. And I can't get mad at him because I've been in situations where guys who could not function combatively simply ran.
Yeah.
They ran.
You
know what the worst part was about it is afterward they had to look all of us in the eye and go, I'm sorry, dude. And we're looking at him like, you piece of shit. fucking cow.
That's what I said about the bullet thing. You know what I mean? Like you have good intentions. You have good intentions. I'm going to be here for my brothers. I'm going to be here for them children. But when that flight or flight hits, it's a flip of a coin. It's going to be what it is. If the flight hits, you're running. You know what I mean? It's just pure instinct.
I give you this. I give you this. The second time we got into some kind of like tit for tat situation, he didn't run. He was shimmering his timbers in his boots. But he was shimmering and timbering in place. He was just, but then it's amazing. Like he took a fist to the face, and then you can see it in real time. It went from I'm scared to holy shit, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm like, it was like when that crazy anime you guys keep referencing. Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
he's Super Saiyan.
He goes off. He's just swinging for the fences.
10,000.
It's over 9,000.
It really is that fear of that anticipation of something about to kick off. Like that can be more terrifying and freeze you on the spot than the actual thing itself, right? So like, that's why, whenever you guys are preparing for that kind of thing,
like I said,
you train.
You train. I told you when I was a kid, when my dad first put me into boxing, he just threw me into the deep end.
Yeah.
And
just get hit in the face a couple
times.
And
the trainer just said, yeah, you're going to train with him. And it was just basically getting beat up by the guy for weeks.
Yeah. Because eventually you're going to want to not keep getting hit in the face.
And it's like, but then it was like the very first fight I got, like, outside of that. I got into I was getting chased home, getting beat up and all that stuff. It was the very first fight after like a couple of months of getting my ass whooped in the ring. Mm-hmm. I took a solid hit to the face, and it didn't hurt. It did not hurt. I shook that shit off like it was just a splash of water, and I commenced a whooping that other kid's ass. And it was like months of ass whooping just unleashed on this
coalesced into, yeah.
That was the worst day for that other kid.
So hang on, I got some shit to work out.
Yeah. Oh, you fucked up. I'm gonna beat your ass because I can't beat that kid in boxing school, but I'm gonna beat your ass.
you get done, the rest of them scatter. He's just laying there, and you're like, I really am sorry. You didn't deserve all that. You deserved a little bit, but you didn't deserve all that.
I grabbed the tuft of that afro, and I was just punching his ass in the face. And then as soon as he was just sitting there just gargling his own blood, and I'm like, fuck you. That was the best day of my life.
You just sit there like, I don't think all that was about me.
It's like, dude, I just said, give me your shoes. That's all I wanted was your shoes.
Right.
I beat the hell out of that kid. But yeah, it's who knows? If I had never went to boxing school, or I should say boxing class, it was a school of kids, but it was like, I don't think I would have been that much of a fighter. I would have been, because I was so used to running and then just taking the licks when they caught me.
Yeah.
But dude, man, once I learned how to fight, it's like I could size you up inside of seconds of whether or not you knew how to handle yourself. If you were a lefty or you're a righty, were you swing for the fences or you were those pathetic kids who tried to jab his way out? Did you swing with your head down? I used to love those kids. That's like uppercut from Street Fighter.
It's like playing a video game where the weak spot's got a nice bright orange or red highlight to it. It's like, I know exactly where this is coming from way down south.
Wasn't there one on Smash Bros that was like that too? Falcon punch. Yeah. Did a fucking fiery uppercut. Oh, fuck. I've never been in a fight, really, truthfully. I mean, I have.
You've been jumped a couple times.
No, I never even been jumped. No. The first fight I guess I've been in was like, a couple years ago, whatever. And there's three of us in there, and what it said was whatever. You know what I mean? And it just dealing with someone saying wild shit or this and that, and wasn't even meaning it toward me, but just saying wild shit, and then it started being toward me. And I just broke it. I said, you just don't fucking got it in you. Well, that pissed him off. So then he came at me. I kicked him off as I was laying down. And then I started, he kind of like fell onto the bed. And I got up behind him. Like, I'm going to say this, but it's the only way I just got up behind him. And I started wailing on his head. And my bunkie said, he's like, I've been in here with you for a while. And he said, I looked at you and it surprised the hell out of me what you did. But he said he could see it when I went, What am I doing? And that right there was enough for that dude to turn around and grapple me to the floor. But he said, you had him. He said he was cooked. He was done. He was seeing stars. And your humanity came back and you were like, what have I done? You just looked at your hands.
God, forgive me.
Yeah, forgive me.
Whack. Ooh.
Yeah. And he tackled me. And then, And then what was,
And so we're talking about aliens.
Hopefully,
welcome to Earth.
Hopefully, whatever alien race shows up here isn't trying to take out some of their aggression.
I've seen another video of the one you sent me where it's like it was crazy. They came at us from nowhere and they said, "Hold that one down."
Oh my god, the AI
video! My god!
Put poster notes on them on all our dead bodies. One of them said, "Get well soon."
I like the one, but there was a new one I seen where it was like, I was the only one left, and I heard, "Hold him down, pull his pants down." Just crazy shit. All he had was a garden pick. He took 2 squads out.
He got stabbed by a homeless with hypodermic.
Yeah.
I've contracted 12
5 diseases. That shit's so funny.
So that's kind of loosely based off of there was an old Tumblr post. Started with the whole humans are space orcs thing, but then it also spread into like that whole you don't know you're from a death world until you leave it, right? And it started spreading into if aliens tried to invade Earth, and it's like, well, what if it wasn't even just the humans that they had to worry about? Let's say the humans went down like little bitches and just put up no fight. But then the wildlife showed up, Imagine fucking alien forces trying to put down a grizzly bear, or fucking moose.
Or a tiger.
Or anytime they got too close to a hole in the ground and fucking badgers coming out and wrecking shop, So, yeah, that's where a lot of that originated from. Dude, honey badgers are fucking vicious,
fucking
man.
crazy,
They can take down lions.
Yeah, no, they
can take
are
down
pretty,
anacondas.
Yeah, they're pretty vicious.
Yeah, but playing Far Cry 4 or 5, that shit's fucking terrifying.
LMG just tearing up the whole wood line. This thing will go down.
But so the idea of aliens showing up to Earth, what all they'd have to contend with, not just fucking
microbial us, our technology, but
wildlife,
and
hippos.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. For me, it would be like, why the hell are they here to begin with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we kind of talked about that before. It's basically the one big one is resources.
It's mainly resources are to talk. And
come on now, if somebody's got resource, look, if you have the ability to translocate from one part of the galaxy to another part of the galaxy, you got the resource part pretty much on tap. Mm-hmm. There's more gold, more tungsten, more iron, more silver up there in the asteroid belt.
Yeah.
No.
Well, there's not water. We are like the only planet, and there's that we know of so far.
Okay, look.
Nah, they've found like massive hydrogen.
Yeah,
gas clouds and stuff.
But I meant like
that's.
If you have the technology to whatever,
it's just
to naturally come up to a puddle of water and go.
No,
everywhere else it's frozen.
It doesn't matter.
Gaseous.
Look, if you got. Okay, you got 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. You got water.
Yeah, you can make water.
That's true too. I never thought about that.
If you look along the periodic table, everything you need is in that periodic table. If you get certain proteins, protons, electrons, mix them, even in a combination of sorts, you can make hydrogen. And then
I never thought about that.
But you have to look at what's possible as far as what generates the heavier elements. You mentioned gold first, and that was where I was going to go with it too. Because the Anunnaki crowd, they're like, these aliens, they showed up to Earth to mine gold because gold is a very rare metal and it's a super effective conductor. Yeah. So it has inherent value as a material, but also as a shiny metal. Mm-hmm. So it would be one of the biggest resources that would be, it's highly potent and available in our crust and our planet compared to everywhere else in our solar system that we've observed so far. The likelihood of finding gold because of what it takes to produce that heavy metal is very specific kind of events had to have happened in the past.
Let's see, but even like if you like, it's hard. I mean, I look at it every now and again. Type 1, Type 2, Type 3 civilizations and kind of stuff like that. If you start to reach Type 3 civilization, you're not worried about gold. You're not. Because everything on an energy or molecular level, you can make in your little, TV dinner console. You can simply push a button and have it. It becomes that.
That's why I like Battle of Los Angeles so much as a movie.
Oh yeah.
Because it doesn't depict this super high advanced. These guys are just a couple of steps above us, really and truthfully. They don't have this crazy technology that's mind blowing. It's pretty much like, okay, it's just the materials, the stuff they had at their planet that they were exposed to.
Oh,
yeah, they have
especially when they were trying to kill it. Remember when they had it on the ground and they were stabbing it in different spots? Like, oh, what makes this thing die? And they kept nope, not there. Nope, not there. And then they stabbed it in the upper left chest. Oh, there it is.
That's
Shoot
the
it
spot.
there.
And that's another thing you were talking about. Like, I was that movie with the cockroaches. I was just thinking that as we was talking.
The Terraformers?
Yeah, so like he runs up to her and just goes to her head. And
I just seen that scene.
So that's like because of the
bit.
gravity on that planet made him that fast and made him that strong. So let's pretend we have an alien civilization that has a very low gravitational strain on them from their planet. They come here thinking these guys are fucking primitives. And legit, they're going to like walk around slow and they're going to be weaklings. And we could just go and then just disintegrate them into pieces because we're on...
John Carter on Mars.
That was another good movie.
Yeah, they're going to make another one.
What?
They're going to make another
They're going to fuck it up.
The first one was Fugazi, but it was still... Because I read the comics. I mean, it doesn't end like that in the comics at all.
I
swear to God, they was like I said, they were smoking a lot of weed when they made that movie.
When I watched it, me and my buddy we smoked copious amounts of fake marijuana, and we were sitting there scrolling through, and that came on, and it was that dog that went came around and just took out a dude, and we was like, nah, and we watched this, and it was such a trip. It really was. It is a
giant
wild,
slobbery tongue.
Yeah,
it's a wild movie.
God, I'd be so afraid that thing would swallow your head.
He was a good boy.
But yeah, it's like I said, the premise of that movie was I gotta admit, it was pretty awesome. I mean, it's not you that's on that other planet. It's a copy of you on that other planet. And time travels a hell of a lot different on the other planet opposed to yours. So I was like, Jesus Christ. So like this guy's been on Earth for like 10 years and on the planet where he's at, it's only been maybe an hour or two. So it's like, you think you've been living on Earth for 10 years, you come back to that nice, firm, he banged the crap out of that chick when he got back. Oh my gosh, she was fine as fuck. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, speaking of time dilation, right? So like that's a big reason why they say that aliens haven't been able to reach us yet. For one, the according to the Big Bang theory, the universe is moving outward
as we speak.
Yeah, so trying to cross those gaps and everything that are constantly widening
is impossible or next.
They say that we're moving like right now as we speak. We're moving from the who knows where that is, from the center of the explosion. We are moving this direction, whatever direction away from the explosion, at like thousands of millions of miles per hour in one direction because it's still blowing up.
Yeah, we're expanding.
Yeah, so you don't think about it. You still think, so you still think we're spinning a day.
We are spinning.
Yeah, we are, but like it's doing that, and we're going around the sun. But with all that other movement, we're still going this way at a huge speed.
It's like that one stand-up comedian was talking about. It's like, you think you're on a planet right now? Zoom out. You're on the side of a rock that's spinning 1,000 miles an hour. That's rotating around a star that's going at tens of thousands of miles an hour. That's circling a galaxy going millions of miles an hour, and then the galaxy itself is moving billions of miles an hour. Yeah, it's a whole fucking thing. It's this crazy, mechanical physics that are baffling without at least a solid foundational degree in astrophysics to even try to start comprehending it. But
I never got past pre-calculus. I mean, and I'm sitting there going,
Physics 1 for me.
I was wondering. I was like, okay, I kind of can get how we can't just see the moon. The moon is right there. Shoot a rocket to the moon. Can't do it because where you're shooting the moon, it's already gone.
Yeah.
It's already gone. You're shooting where you thought you have to shoot where the moon is going to be.
Yeah.
And that's why you can only, the best spot to shoot up into space is around the equator because you got a straight shot going out.
Yeah.
You try to shoot from like the North to South Pole, you're in fucking trouble.
And you gotta like kind of slingshot out too.
Yeah.
And,
It's, the dynamics is insane. And like I said, I got the pre-cal. And that shit was messed. And I got a C-. I mean, I didn't really do that great in pre-cal. I mean.
Mathematics is not my strong.
But so you got all these obstacles and hurdles of aliens being able to get to us. But then we see how to put it the technology that we use to perceive other planets, other solar systems and stuff, right? The radio broadcasting beams, laser beams, and mirrors and
the new updates to Tesla Hubble.
I got one for that too.
So what we're using to be able to perceive the other planets and stuff, it's putting out signals. It's putting out things that would be able to be picked up, and we pick up radio what looks like radio signals, but it's just basically like noises,
the
in
bloop
space.
and stuff. Yeah.
Or
the wow.
I was gonna
the wow.
say,
No,
yeah,
the bloop was
the bloop
ocean. Wows. Yeah.
Which that's even more terrifying.
Yeah, that bloop one, and that's that is scary. That's super scary.
But the concept of why have we not picked up signals from other places, and so that circles around to one of my favorite theories that I had heard recently. It was called the dark forest theory. So this one's a little bit on the spookier side of basically everyone in the in the galaxy, the visible galaxy, is hiding because poke your head out and you get trimmed. You know what I mean? Like
there's something out there that the other ones know that's there. If that would be some eldritch,
some cosmic
some
being,
other civilization that is already as top dog. That if you sit there and go, hey, the rest of them know you keep saying hey, and you're going to get something fucking coming down on you that you are not going to like. So they just they shut the fuck up. So they hear us. They're just like, you dumb motherfuckers, right. You're done.
Well, if these guys, okay, if we had some serious sci-fi gray aliens running around up there, and they're monitoring all our radio waves and watching all of our TV and stuff, they'll know for a fact that the first sign of us will either going to be met with serious fear
or serious firepower,
or serious aliens. The resident aliens on the planet are going to start shooting missiles at you, with fear. And then if they catch one of us, they're going to start cutting us up and sticking prods up our asses and trying to find out what makes us tick,
Well, and then there's the zoo hypothesis where they are here and they're watching us, but they're not interfering. They're just kind of monitoring the situation, kind of like what have you seen the robot animals that we've put out into like wildlife preserves and stuff to get firsthand close inspection of how some of these animals behave. So they've got ones it'll be like a little monkey doll, like a little orangutan doll that has cameras built into it and everything, and it looks like a baby orangutan, and they just put it out in an area near a family of orangutans out in the wild and see how they act and react to that thing being there. And like the monkeys and apes and stuff specifically have this very adverse reaction to it because it hits that uncanny valley level for them, and they freak out and they'll like attack it or fucking throw it or they'll ignore it and pretend like it's not there. But then I've seen ones with lion cubs playing around with a baby lion doll that's got cameras built into it and stuff. So imagine it on a much more sophisticated and higher technology level version of that being out there right now, monitoring and watching our behavior from outside the planet.
I think it's more like
it could be some kind of AI that's tapped into our internet and is watching all the internet and social media shit happening.
Yeah, I think it's more like all the Prime Directive episodes I've seen with Star Trek.
Yeah, don't get too close.
Don't let
them see you.
They'll have a cloaking device and they're just watching you, take your crap out in the woods, and they're just watching you.
Don't dictate their evolution. Let them evolve on their own.
Yeah, they're using banana leaves to wipe their asses. Let's write that down.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Fast forward a little bit.
And every time.
Now they're fighting over toilet paper being shortage.
There's a whole global war now. They're fighting over banana leaves.
Yeah. But every time Kurt got involved, either messing around with the wrong chick or starting a war, it radically changes how they view stuff. it's like that's why you don't even you don't initiate contact. You don't try to mess with them. You just watch them from a cool distance, and you completely camouflage. Now in Star Trek Generation, they took it a step further. They gave themselves weird surgery to make them look like the indigenous population, so they can walk amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
And usually that fucks up because their blood is green, and you cut yourself on the dinner table, and your shit's red. And they're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Next thing you know, you're running for the hills. They think you're some kind of witch, and they're trying to hang you.
There was an episode of the Orville that was really good, where it was they had this planet that was kind of like phasing in and out of time as it rotated around the sun. And whenever they went down to visit, they didn't realize that this was happening. They went down to check out the planet and stuff, and they're like, they steal some people's clothes, and they dress up like locals and everything, and they're just kind of hanging out. Well, this little girl like trips, and like she gets scared by the one woman, the XO of the ship. She trips, cuts her hand open, is bleeding and everything. And she's like, "Oh, come here, be careful. I got this thing. Don't freak out." And she like passes it and like scans and swipes over her hand, and it like instantly heals her hand. And she goes running off to mom and dad and locals. And they're like, this lady's like a witch or a goddess or whatever. And she healed my hand and shit. And they're like, all right, yeah, we need to hurry up and get out of here before these people show up. And so they leave. Well, then the planet phases out of time and phases back in. And it's been like a couple hundred years. And a civilization has built up, worshiping her as this goddess of healing and everything. Big statue of her and everything. And like, it went from like, fucking stone huts and thatched roof cottages and shit to like, they were medieval, Renaissance period, massive buildings and this massive church and shit. And they had built up a whole religion around her. And we're like, they had this weird fucking thing where they were putting people up on these posts almost like they were being crucified, and they would cut them fatally. And we're like, these were sinners. Yeah. If you were guilty, then you'll bleed out. If you're truly, just or redeemed, then the goddess will heal you, and you'll survive. And they were just, and they've been doing this for hundreds of years. And they had to like leave and come back because they tried to fix it. They tried to like do a little whisper campaign. They like get it to spread and take root, and then leave and then come back. And it's like
got worse.
It got worse, and so they ended up having to leave the robot. It wasn't their robot. He was a member of a sentient mechanical race or whatever. And he was an asshole. I love that android dude. I can't remember his name, but like he was all like, "Yeah, I'm going to study you humans and see what you like and everything because we think that you guys are actually weak and pathetic, and it's going to be fun watching you fail all the time." But so he's like, I'll stay on this world and I'll spread the message over the course of the next couple hundred years, and then whenever it cycles back into phase, you guys come pick me back up. And they're like, well, it's going to be hundreds of years. You're not going to go insane being done. It's like,
I'm a robot.
Yeah, it's like I think in terms of centuries of millennia, this is nothing. It'll be like a week for me. It'll be fine. And sure enough, they come back and he's like, kind of did what he could to help spread things around, but the society had just started advancing rapidly, and then alongside of him spreading that message of like, this person isn't a goddess, isn't to be worshipped and everything. The society had become so advanced that they had got space flight and shit figured out, and so whenever they came to pick him up, they just met them in atmosphere. It was like, or outside atmosphere, just flew up and like, here's your robot back. Thanks for leaving him here with us. We've evolved past religion and everything else, and it's like, now we're a scientific community, and we've realized the folly of our ancestors, and we were happy to meet you guys here and shit. And it was kind of a cool little moment, but it's that interference, just the slightest bit, can exponentially compound over time.
So that
makes me really wonder.
No, they're out there. If they're out there, they're not gonna come anywhere near us.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Think about it, dude. If we had some dudes like, just pick one. They look, we can. You guys take you a couple of weeks to grow these potatoes. We can grow you these potatoes in 5 minutes. You get all potatoes you want in 5 minutes. It's like, all you gotta do is worship us as gods.
Right.
And like, so you think these people starving in Somalia ain't gonna be worshiping people?
Well, and
I mean, they're gonna try to scam them, but they gonna be worshiping.
Well,
get those potatoes.
and that's why there's been a lot of comparison of like a lot of the Christian and various other religious allegory to what aliens could have done potentially in the past, and then how we would have interpreted it, right? You go from to UFOs to flaming chariots in the sky, and then these people that come down and they heal all the sick and wounded, and or like a lot of people pointing to like, Jesus was probably an alien in disguise, because he fed 5,000 men off of a handful of fish and loaves of bread, and it's like that sounds like a matter replicator, man. Just, he kicked on the fucking what do they call it in Star Trek, the materializer, matter replicator. Yeah, it's like give me 5,000 loaves of bread, and all of a sudden it's just kicking it out.
Yeah.
And granted, that's kind of trying to reverse engineer our own stories, like. Obviously we still want it to fit a narrative. So if we're going to come up with, there's actually alien races. Well, we've already got this long-standing story and tradition of this happening. Maybe that was because of these guys.
I actually saw a movie where they were talking about, like, hey, look, we're looking for this particular alien.
Yeah.
And a guy he touched his head and gave him a flash of what he was looking for. It was Jesus. And then it's like, he was shocked. He's like, they're looking for Jesus Christ. Have you seen him? He's like the perfect being that we've been searching for him for such a. Yeah, he's not here. We don't know where he is. He said he's coming back.
We don't know what happened to him.
But it was funny, man.
We don't know what happened to him.
There was a webcomic I saw forever ago. It was like humanity finally gets to join the Galactic Council and everything, and they're sitting at this like banquet dinner or whatever, and they're like, and the aliens are like, yeah, do you guys know this guy Jesus? And they're like, yeah, he's like a major part of it. It's like, yeah, ours too. Like he shows up every year, and we hang out, and we have like this big banquet and celebration for him and everything. We eat chocolate and we have these dinners and everything. And it's like every year. He's like, yeah, every year he comes back and visits us. It's like, oh shit. It's like, why? What?
When was the last time
it was the last time you said. It's like, it's been like a couple thousand. It's like, well, damn. Like, well, yeah, when he showed up for us, like we worshipped him and celebrated with him and everything. We did all these cool activities and shit. It's like, what did you guys do whenever he showed up? And the guy's like,
we don't necessarily remember, to be honest with you.
I wasn't there at the time.
Oh my god, maybe that's really why we don't see him. That's the hypothesis.
Well,
he was an alien and we killed him.
Well, it immediately reminds me of what you were saying about Day the Earth Stood Still, about how they killed the dude and and everything. So it's
then the robot went apeshit, killed a couple of security guards, grabbed his body, and went and said, "Look, hey, fuck you guys. We're not coming back for a while."
Right.
And it's like, and that's the kind of thing. It's like, unless the aliens come here shooting up the place or trying to eat everybody, we're trying to blow them out of the sky, take their technology, and dissect them to see what made them tick. Mm-hmm. It was always one or the other.
Right.
It's
so
very, very rare do you see a movie or something where the aliens are sitting back and drinking their coffee and going, hey, look, they're copulating again. Wow, that's the fourth time this week. They really have exhaustible energy cycles, don't they? Yeah, like
it's just picture like some documentary style voiceover.
Yeah.
It's like, this one has failed again to find a mate and has failed nesting habits.
I do find it cool. This is like it's scientific, but if you look at the sky, it's like talking about the distance between even with technology, the blue stars are the farthest from us and are moving the furthest away from us. Red stars, yellow stars, it's all different. Blue stars, if you see the light from a blue star, and they're really far away, you have to like get a telescope to look at them. The light that you're seeing was produced off that star when the dinosaurs were around. It took that long for just light speed. The pinnacle of speed.
Yeah.
That we like to,
the galactic speed limit.
Yeah, the galactic speed limit.
No, think about it.
To get to us, that's...
Well, yeah, the light that we see from the sun is 8 minutes away.
Yeah.
So that nice warm heat you get from the sun, that's 8 minutes.
Yeah, if the sun blew up, we wouldn't know for another 8 minutes.
Yeah. But, it's... So So what you were saying about how people were probably the aliens are probably just watching us from a distance and everything, like what we were saying in the last episode. You don't put happy the reliance of your happiness on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a species, humanity's got to get a little bit better before we are deserving of aliens visiting us, right? Otherwise, like you said, Big Smoke, we're just gonna try to shoot them down, or cut them up when they get here.
Yeah.
I mean, probably from a third person point of view, we're very scary.
Well, it's not like
well,
if they've been watching us even for 30 days, 30 days, if they put a microscope or a telescope on any part of the world in the last 30 days, they've seen mass killings, people shooting each other, things being blown up, people being robbed. They've seen all that stuff, and then we got we got our entertainment. If they've been monitoring mass shooting, people blowing up, aliens killing them killing aliens. And they're sitting there eating their crumb cakes like, holy shit.
What is that?
What the?
Berserker, what is that one doing? If we understand correctly, that is a third leg, and he seems to rapidly grab it and beat the shit out of it sometimes. We don't know necessarily what he's doing. A ritual, perhaps? We don't know. We're still studying.
I always liked more of the this week on season 3 of episode 47 of Planet Earth.
What is that?
That's like a reality show.
That's like the Rick and Morty. What is that? The TV's he changes it up and says,
the universal,
the universal
multidimensional TV or whatever. Transdimensional cable package.
How was that when the big heads come over and they're like, "Show us what you got," you know what I mean? And like,
show me what you've got.
And everyone has to dance and do whatever, and if you don't do good, they just blow you the fuck up.
In Orville, they got out of the zoo by giving them like the thousands of years of like soap operas or something.
Oh, that was reality television.
They were like, "What?"
Right?
They were looking at it like, "This is insane."
So you guys just want a spectacle in your zoo. What if we gave you something better? Look at this. It's just
And they're like, "Here you go. Yeah, you're free." Holy crap! You see what he did? Did you see what he did? They're like, they were lost.
Yeah. Popcorn coming out.
It totally ruined an entire species. Just like, nah.
Imagine if the aliens have just kept us around because they like to watch our reality TV. So it's like, speaking of the Kardashians, it's like the only reason the Romulans haven't raised Earth to the ground for our gold yet is because Kim slapped Chloe over some nail polish.
Slightly amusing. They find it slightly amusing. I mean, like you were saying about theories, you were talking about the Dark Force stuff. There are so many theories. I watched a YouTube about it, and my favorite one, the Great Filter. Now, like, what that is they're saying that there's a milestone between how civilization comes out of the Stone Age. Mm-hmm. You have to beat other animals, making you go extinct and whatnot. That's one hurdle. Creating a weapon that's going to be able to kill you off. For us, it's a nuclear bomb. We're still on that subject. We're still trying to get over that hump. There's multiple humps. That's a natural disaster. Disaster. Thank you. Meteors, die-offs. All these things are hurdles that you have to compete. Now, there's other hurdles when we get into space. Getting off the rock before our sun dies. There's just all these hurdles. It's like grabbing a die. You got to die. 5 will kill you. The rest won't. Odds are you're going to roll all these hurdles as a roll. There's so many rolls. There's like, we'll say 100 rolls. You're going to hit a 5. Statistically.
Okay, well, see, that's why
why they're saying you're going to die off, because that's why there's no species out there, because there's so many hurdles that 1 to none are almost not going to be able to get past that hurdle to become a civilization like what we see.
So a traveling band in space, maybe.
Yes, that's why we don't see them.
And even beyond that, there's just the possibility that what if we're in the lead? What if we are currently the most advanced civilization?
There's another one that says it's we're too soon in the cycle of our galaxy. We are one of the first, or one of the few that are first, and that's why we don't see them, because the rest of them are still on their planet beating rocks together. The reversal, we're too late. there's already gone past all these civilizations, these great, huge civilizations that propped up and are long ago dead, and we are the end cycle of our galaxy, and we are around at the end part. So everyone's gone dead, but we're the last
Yeah,
ones.
we're the last ones that showed up to the party.
Show up.
Well, hey, I mean, I was getting drunk one night and I was watching some weird alien societies or whatever like that, and they were talking about like there were other alien societies on Earth already, but they died off, and the reason we don't know is because it was so long ago. Everything that they created within that time period had been corroded and
entropy to dust.
Yeah, just recaptured by the wilderness and stuff like that. And so I'm
I
sitting
think I saw that one too.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, okay, that's going to be really interesting to figure out.
It's a stupid one. It makes no. It's not grounded in any science. Pretty much, it's saying that there's a cyborg race out there that someone's made throughout the time, and
kind of like the Borg or
like the
or
Borg,
Cybermen.
Yeah, like it's just AI that is killed off its original, and it keeps killing off these civilizations and keeps roaming the planet.
Yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
Well, what I liked about this one particular like advanced civilization theory is like we've reached our peak as far as biological evolution.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit in the UFO one. It was
I rewatched it the other night, and it's like, we're not going to evolve anymore biologically.
We've peaked as a species on this planet.
Yeah, so whatever else that comes along, it's going to be under a microscope. It's going to be nanotech, or it's going to be cyberware, or some kind of weird, some
forced evolution.
Yeah, some kind of implant, and it's going to come after a couple of failed attempts to get to Mars or the moon. Somehow, some way, Elon Musk is going to convince people to start mass cybering themselves up. It's going to start with video games, and then it's going to,
There's a theory that says this is all a simulation. Now, I'm going to put my 2 cents into this one. I don't think, that sounds a little far-fetched to me, if everything's a simulation.
Ever since the Matrix.
If you believe in a simulation, or you believe in God, one of the two. It is very weird how things kind of just, and they're odd, and they're strange, and they're foreign, but everything seems to kind of like coalesce together. The rain goes into the sky, then gets dropped back down to the plants die, the mushrooms feed off that, and it's a perfect system that everything works together. And maybe that happened over time. Equilibrium, maybe it happened over time. Or did a higher power, or did extraterrestrials do that? I don't believe in that, but that's just thought. That's something I should bring up. But it just everything seems to work together in some way or another. If it's way beyond our understanding of it, it just seems to be like a nice little cog system that runs perfectly. The sun stays where it is, and the planets go around that, and some planets have life, and just everything seems to coalesce perfectly together in a way. You think it'd be a little bit more if it was just kind of left to its own whim. There'd be a little bit more havoc out there. You know what I mean?
Well, and it really makes you wonder, like, how much of reliance on perfect conditions that made things right, or did we just supremely adapt to the situations regardless?
True.
Would it have happened no matter what?
That's another theory that says uncomprehensible life theory. They're out there. We can see them right now, but they're so beyond what we understand as life. That's why they say life as we know it, because they're so outside of our scope. It might be a fucking rock on Mars that we're just not understanding that it's alive and sentient, but we're just so used to being like, well, this is how we were,
How we experience and perceive things.
What the hell are we made of amino acids. We're amino acid based.
Carbon-based life forms.
It's just so foreign to us that we can't even put our fingers on it or be like, "Hey, this is life," but it is.
There was a really good original series Star Trek episode of these like magma slug monsters that were.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
They were silicone-based instead of carbon-based, and so when they showed up, they just thought they were these like weird, naturally occurring, geological events.
Yeah.
And they didn't understand why it seemed like they were targeting their ships because it was like going after the energy source and shit. And then they figure out after a few scans of these things like, oh, these are the living, sentient, dominant species on the planet. They just look like giant molten slug monsters because they're silicone-based instead of carbon-based.
Yeah, and you were killing their kids.
Yeah.
Like, they were drilling into this. They were driven into the caverns, and they were killing the hatchlings, and so they got pissed off, and they started attacking them back. I thought that was actually, but I mean, come on, man. When we look at an ant, we're not thinking, does this ant understand that I'm looking down at it and I'm just trying to steady it? No, the ant's looking up going, danger!
Right.
Just like,
It
flee!
seems peaceful, but if you get down there, it's like, what the fuck?
It's not going to be easy for you. I got teeth. That's all.
I'm gonna fight.
Yeah, that's
Even if I'm just ahead.
yeah, I'm not gonna go easy, man. And I got stingers. They're not gonna. That's how they're not. So if we see something like that coming down at us, they're not going, oh, I wonder if it knows that we're just here for peace. No, they're gonna see her. They're gonna see and hear a lot of we gotta go. Susie, get up, Susie. We gotta run.
Well, what if the aliens that are aware of our presence or whatever, what if they are things that are so far beyond our comprehension, not even just in physical aspect, what if they're like concepts? Like, what if the concept of the hair standing on the back of your head because you think something's watching you is an alien, and that's the perception of it. That's the thing you're fighting back against.
Talking about. I was just reading it too. It said the perception of it could be in another dimension that we can't even fathom. And like you said, the hair standing up your neck, the cold chill you get all of a sudden, that's them touching you, communicating with you, but we just can't.
Or it could be your late great-great-grandmother in the spiritual plane trying to tell you to turn the stove off.
Some back in the back of your neck. Yeah, you dumb. And that hypothesis with the AI is called the Berserker hypothesis. Yeah, I just went.
I'm
not. What was it? What about concepts like culture, religion, and stuff like that to other species? We like to poke fun and prod at like warrior races like the Klingon or the Krogan. And it's like, and you don't see those guys writing poetry or painting pictures or whatever unless it's like the great warrior skalds wrote a poem of an epic battle and stuff. Versus our guys painting pictures of sunsets and reciting poetry about flowers and feelings, and it's the comparison of the two. Would we recognize what they have as culture? It kind of harkens me back to the Warhammer 40k point of fucking Xeno scum. It's we're going to spread the good word of what happens to those that weren't created in God's image.
Yeah, Emperor's image.
Lately, I've been on this kick of, well, you've heard me listening to them, like the What If series of what if you drop Superman in Warhammer 40k?
Yeah,
that was a really good one. The last one I listened to, they said, what if Dr. Doom got dropped into Warhammer 40k?
Ooh.
And
that sounds like
it did not end well for the Imperium.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't end for anybody who went up against him because Dr. Doom is like a master of science and sorcery. Yeah. So, he dropped down on the Mechanicus on Mars.
Yeah.
And he just
downloaded now, huh?
He just downloaded nanotech and just took over everything. And it didn't take him but that long. Because he's like, this guy went down to hell and beat up demons to get his mom out.
Yeah.
And
ungrateful.
Which is one of almost the only species, there's very few that are able to have almost autonomy comparative to the Imperium, because we needed their resources at the time. So when we brokered the deal, I forget what the treaty was, that the Mechanicus can have like
their own Omnicide. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, technically, what they want the Imperium to think is when they say the Omnicide,
it's just another name for the Emperor.
But it isn't. It's really in truth of their own god that they believe in. But they want Imperium to believe that it's for the whatchamacallit, but really the Emperor, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. But everybody has their angle, and that's what's so funny about the Imperium. It only functions as a huge, giant, bloated, uncaring bureaucracy. Mm-hmm. And Doom came down there, and he was just straightening out all that stuff. It's like, okay, you got these fusion reactors that's 10,000 years old, and you've mucked it up with all these sigils and extra data cores that just pray to the Emperor.
What's that dude swinging that potpourri burner around?
Yeah,
what are you guys doing?
That. We don't need that. We don't need that. And he starts taking stuff out, and within like an hour or two, he's got these fusion reactors that were thousands of years old that they've been mucking up for 10,000 years, and now he's got them working at 300% capacity.
Full efficiency, yeah.
Yeah, no more smog, no more bad air.
But that's heresy.
And exactly. And everybody's like, oh, And then you had the camp from the mechanics. The mechanicus was like, this dude is the bomb.
This guy's gone.
And then, of course, you had the custodians going, this is heresy. We got to kill him. But when they tried to kill him, he turned off all their gear. He turned off those freaking, like, those
plasma lancers.
Those plasma lancers. One guy tried to stab him with it, and he just grabs it with 2 fingers. And the guy's like, push it. And he's in there. Yeah, he powered it down.
Yeah.
And it just became a hunk of metal. And he's sitting there looking at Doom, looking at his piece of metal, looking at Doom. And he didn't even know how to turn it back on.
Yeah.
Then he turned off his power armor. The guy fell out of the sky. He didn't let him hit the ground, though. He turned him on just before he hit the ground. He's like, yeah, he thought I was going to let you die. I'm going to let you die.
A lot of the technology, like some of the different, what are them huge guys? Good Lord.
The Primarchs?
No. The big Titans.
Dreadnoughts.
The Dreadnoughts, and there's different types of Dreadnoughts and stuff. A lot of them, they don't know how to make them anymore. They just have a finite, limited amount of them.
No, you're talking about the Titan class.
You're talking
Titans. But there's multiple different ones. Like, I was watching this thing, and there's so many different ones. There's, like, the Predecessor, the Intrepid. There's just these multiple different ones, and some of them they still make, you know what I mean? But there's other ones that are like super strong. They just don't know how to make anymore because it's just
right because their religion
technological advancements in the Imperium have stagnated because of what they believe in.
Yeah, they believe that the Omnissiah has created every blueprint.
Yeah.
And so they don't.
They don't innovate. They don't innovate.
You cannot engineer anything new. You have to find the blueprints of something. And so
STCs.
There was I do love the Imperium. I really do.
I don't.
My favorite.
I don't.
What's your favorite race in the whole
faction?
You got the Volts.
None of them are any good. I mean, the only one who
work. Right. Those Warhammer. There is no good guys in the
There
Warhammer
is no good.
I got a counter for you here in a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's knock them down.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's start with the obvious. The orc.
Yeah, they're bad.
Okay.
There's no talk.
They
were a living weapon that
I love that.
Yeah, they recreate by spore. You kill off one, and if he spores out, you might get 5 in the next iteration. They live for fighting. Even when they're losing, they live to fight.
The Dakas.
Okay, the Tyranid.
Yeah.
They only consume.
And they're from outside of the galaxy.
Yeah, and they came in from outside. Yeah, okay. They've killed off an entire horde, hive fleets, and they just keep coming. Okay. You got the Tau. The Tau. The Tau will assimilate your culture, but you have no autonomy. You're basically a slave.
No, bullpucky. They're the best ones. If I had to think of one, I would say that one or the Votan, which are pretty much
the Tau
40K dwarfs.
The Tau is the USSR of freaking Warhammer 40K.
Horseshit.
They come in. They say, hey, look, you can still be you.
Yeah.
But you still got to do what we say.
Well, I mean, that's better than the Imperium. You living into smog-covered planets and being that is the best place you live.
Okay. What if they say, look, you can live under us, but you're only going to be able to eat mashed potato.
I love mashed potatoes.
Yeah, but that's all you're going to be able to eat.
I fucking love mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Out of all of them, the Tau might have their problems, but I think out of any species,
it's slavery.
Yeah.
On a slower scale.
As any species you've had, we'll say the Eldar, they're cursed by Slaanesh.
No, they created Slaanesh.
But they still have that honor of they're still like a dying species almost.
Okay, but see, you got 2 different types of Eldar. Well, actually, you got a couple of different types.
You got the Dark Eldar, the Harlequins.
Yeah, okay. But you get the ones who they raid human societies or the
Dark Elves.
Okay, those guys go in there, and the only reason they don't age and wrinkle up like the other Eldar
suck the life
is because they torture people to gain their like pleasure energy, but they torture you to death. Okay? they figure out new ways to create pain. So they don't like go flying to Slaanesh when they die.
Yeah.
Okay, because they can't put themselves in those weird crystals anymore. Okay. Then you got the Harlequin. Those freaks of nature are just straight up.
They're freaky.
Yeah, they're just murderers. That's all they are. They just run around and they live to kill things in most ingenious ways. Then you got the Necron. Necron got a bad deal.
They got a horrible ass
They
deal.
got a bad
They got the shittiest. Yeah.
They got a bad deal. But then you got the king of the Necrons. This dude is like, I'm going to make everybody Necron. And if you're not Necron, you ain't Necron. And I'm going to tell
What is that one that keeps all of them as like pets? Oh man, you said it one day. You were like, you sound like the fucking.
Oh, what?
Oh man, yeah, you like.
Hang on.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, out of all the species, they're all horrible.
horrible.
Out of all the species that had to be, I'd rather be a Tau. And there are some humans that have affected over to the Tau.
Yes, they have.
I would rather be part of the Tau because it is the best living that you could have, most likely. And then I read a thing recently, because of the stagnation of the Imperium, the Tau still advances. Here in like another 100 years, in 100 years, a lot of the technology of the Imperium is going to be lost because they're going to use all their dreadnoughts, done all this stuff, and used up a lot of the shit, and they're not advancing. The Tau's going to be...
Trays in the infinite.
Okay, yeah. It's going to be at the level of the Necron or higher because they just keep on advancing with their technology, and they're already pretty decent.
Yeah, okay, but see, they're a conglomeration of different species. That's what makes the Tau weak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because all you have to do really is knock out one bureaucracy within the Tau, and that particular sector of the Tau is going to fail.
Yeah.
Because they're only as strong as their alliances.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
their alliances. I mean, they have really, really great technology, but it's based on, it's kind of like lazy because they're not doing anything. Their technology does everything for them.
Yeah.
So if you defeat their technology, they're in trouble.
Oh, it came with like a nano thing or somewhere to shut down their equipment. At that point they're gonna be fucked.
And like I said, and it's caste system. So if you take out the top guy, the rest of them are gonna fold.
Yeah, the fire cast, the water.
I remember a group of Space Marines, and their main way of attacking is they don't do frontline attacks. They attack the hierarchy. Like they go after the generals and the commanders and the kings and whatever. They don't fight the worker bees. They'll send some troopers down there to mess with the worker bees to keep their attention diverted, and then they're going around the back and they're attacking the generals and they're wiping out the generals. Or they'll hold the general hostage and say, "Hey, you guys better stop, or we're going to kill your head man." They did that to the Tau, and the Tau caved. Because they work on the principalities.
There was a few wars with Imperium and the Tau, but I think there's like a somewhat
Cold
War. We're not fighting.
Yeah, well, straight up fight. Some of that technology the Tau have, like those battle skins that they fight in.
Yeah,
those things are. I mean, the Tau guy inside is a weakling, but you gotta get past all that tech that he's got, and he's beating the crap out of Space Marines. And I'm like, oh, shit.
They show that on the tabletop really well, and I like that. But it translates into the thing. They're very good at range. At range, they're impeccable. Unbeatable. Infuriating almost. But like I said, if Imperium can get in to them, they're squishy. They're little squishy things. They're little blue little commies. You know what I mean? They're just going to get fucked up.
Anyway, they're horrible.
Out of all of them, who would you pick though? Let's say out of all that, and I don't know much. I don't know much about Votan, which are pretty much dwarfs that are in 40K. There's a lot of material on them, and I've only read a little bit about it, but they're called the Votan, I think, and they're just, like I said, space dwarfs. I don't know how their society is. I don't know how their society runs, if it's any better. You know what I mean? Maybe if they're a little bit more better, maybe I'll be a Votan.
Honestly, look, anything you 40K is a weird bird because everything is going to die because the mirror dimension, the warp is taking everything that's in reality and corrupting it. So it doesn't matter who you with. Right. It doesn't matter who you're with. It's going to die. Something's going to either Slanesh is going to get a hold of you. Nurgle's. You really don't want Nurgle to get a hold of you. I mean, growing eyes out of the back of your head and arm out of your middle of your back, and pustural tendrils coming out of your stomach.
But unlimited life. You never feel pain. You never die. You
feel all the pain. Yeah. The pain
doesn't kill you.
The pain to them is the pleasure. Once Nurgle gets you corrupted, because eventually, if he gets even a little bit of his essence inside of you and transforms you into one of those things, you become a conduit of pain pleasure. Right. And he likes the corruption. He likes He likes giving everybody HIV and then just no, it's just it's
Basically.
it's just basically he just likes and he thinks this is the bee's knees when everybody has got AIDS and run around and giving everybody else AIDS.
Okay, we talked about civilizations.
What I'm saying.
Who would you be if you had to pick right now? The Chaos Gods come to you. You have to pick one of them.
What?
Who are you picking?
No, that's
come
not a
on.
choice.
No, you got it. You got it right now.
Okay. So we got the Chaos God, the God of Change.
Zinch.
No, Zinch, Slanesh, Zinch, the one of change.
Whatever.
Slanesh, the one of pleasure. Fucking
Nurgle.
Nurgle of yeah.
Who's the fourth one?
Corn.
Coin. Okay. None of them, man.
Debatable, the Great Horned Rat. You know what I mean? It's just
None of
debatable.
them.
You know what I mean?
None of them, because they're not doing anything for the betterment of anyone. They're doing it just to cause havoc.
But you have to. That's the premise of like.
Well, why do you have to?
This is would you rather?
Yeah.
No, I'd
You're
rather
breaking the rules.
I'd rather. No, I'm not changing the rules.
You're breaking the rules.
Your rules are fugazi. I'm not gonna go with. Look, would I rather have my toenails pulled out with a wrench or with a set of pliers? No.
Slanesh, you get to fuck.
Yeah, but she's probably fucking you with a knife.
But you get to fuck people with knives too, I presume.
No,
you don't.
The answer is no. I mean, you're giving us like, well, what would you choose?
Chief, who would you choose?
Zinch.
There we go. I don't know much about torture in that one either. It's more about knowledge. I'm sure they torture each other. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a chaos.
Dude, have either of you two read these books?
So, a couple of them. I've got actually two.
Okay, well, about the Chaos Guys.
It's all bad.
About the Chaos Guys. Have you read any particular one they go like deep with the Chaos Gods? Because
the most one I have experience with is understanding Nurgle. But
okay, when Slanesh was created, she wiped out almost half of the Eldar.
Yeah.
Okay? They were trillions of Eldar. And through some kind of hedonistic, like psychic,
sexual orgy.
Yeah, some kind of combustion happens. She's created like in an instant, and in an instant, she kills half of the Eldar. She literally sucks them into the war.
I think the Eldar were they come to excess. They just these lavish parties where they'd fuck and they'd eat till they're gorged, and the pleasure. It was all about that. And I think I almost say crimes, but like the actions of them doing this stuff.
They became max hedonists.
Yeah, birthed.
Yeah, and the hedonism was so over the top.
Yeah, it's wild.
It was so over the top. I mean, can you imagine doing so much fucking that you create a demon of lust and pleasure and pain?
No.
Okay, exactly.
Have you seen the pictures, Slanesh?
Yeah, weird. All those pictures are weird.
No, there's one in particular that's all right. Oh my
god, dude! I think you.
But the one that's like half woman, half man, like I ain't all for that. I'm hoping.
The whole point of Slanesh is that they appear as whatever you're most desired.
Yeah.
So it's
and
then it's slightly distorted.
It's like the worst kind of a succubus.
Yeah.
It's like, and I was like, well, no. The answer is no.
All right, so we've delved into.
I think we should discipline him somehow, because he would not answer my question.
Because
you don't have to participate in the Would You Rather.
I am participating. I'm saying, fuck that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, the rule of Would You Rather is that you have to pick one. Otherwise, you're not playing.
No one's like.
That's the rule of the game.
No one's telling you
what?
to. I just wanted to know what. I just want to know what.
No, that's how Would You Rather works.
Yeah.
Is that you have to pick one of the.
I understand you would stay the hell away from him.
That's like asking Spider-Man.
That's the point.
It's like asking Spider-Man, look, you can have this or save the girl. What does he do? He saves both. He does both. He does both.
Yeah, but you can't.
And I'm Spider-Man, so fuck that.
It's the philosophical discussion point of.
Do you want pain or do you want pain?
What if
do you want hot pain or cold pain?
What if Spider-Man came into the 40K universe?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna. I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
Oh my god, yeah.
There's a whole line of these.
They got a whole lot of them. They got Alucard is in there.
Yeah.
They got the Mask is in there. They got the Deadpool in there.
The fucking Mask.
Yeah, I've gone deep world.
Deep dived into it.
I just went deep.
I'm like hooked.
And it's some, especially the one with Alucard. Alucard was funny as hell.
Who the fuck's Alucard?
Alucard just basically gave up the ghost and said, "I'm going to work with the orcs because the orcs know how to play. They fight."
Helsing Ultimate.
You never see? Oh my god!
I was thinking the dude off of Aladdin's castle.
No,
Whatever that is. That like
no,
fucking
not
dude.
Castlevania Alucard.
No, that one. What is that?
That's the one you're
The old
thinking.
cartoon.
Yes, you're thinking Castlevania.
Is that his name?
He's a blonde guy, right?
No.
No.
He's not thinking of Castlevania.
He's not thinking.
No, I'm
Castlevania.
thinking of like the old tunes, like with the talking parrot. That's hey guys, what are we doing?
Iago?
No, I'm talking about like tunes, like
Yes, the cartoon of Aladdin movie.
yeah, Aladdin movie. There we go. Yeah. Is that his name?
Iago is the parrot.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Rest in peace too. He was a wonderful actor.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah,
Godfrey,
good lord,
yeah.
rest in peace.
The-
But yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking that was his name, the villain in that one that has the big old fucking curved sword. Oops.
Alucard is Dracula backwards, and so it's been the
Oh.
alliteration of the name of a variety of vampires throughout literature. And yeah, there's
I did not know
an
that.
anime called Hellsing or Hellsing Ultimate, where they kind of like what they did with.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Full
And
Metal
they-
Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah, God, they made that's a beast of a vampire too.
Yeah, he is.
He was like, I'm gonna join the orcs because they know how to fucking throw down.
They did.
Well, and Alucard in that series, it's like because I've seen the abridged series so many fucking
And
times,
like
so I
I
always
said,
remember
wait a minute, wait a minute. They got an Alucard abridged in Warhammer 40K.
No shit, that one I would watch.
They got
What
that
the
one in there too.
That was more like Deadpool.
I think they
he does a lot of,
probably
like, fourth
heard
wall
you-
breaking stuff.
They
But,
probably heard your psychic scream and they decided to make one.
well, because he's just so much funnier in the abridged version. But in the abridged version, in that scene, there's a scene where Father Alexander Anderson he cuts off Alucard's head. Right, and he thinks he's won. He thinks he's killed him because that's how you put down a normal vampire: is cut his head off and everything. And then the other Helsing organization member showed up, and they're like, "Yeah, where's Alucard?" He's like, "Oh, him? I killed him." And it's like, "You killed him? How?" And it's like, "I cut off his head." And she's like,
Yeah, he'll be back.
"Well, that's step one. What about 2 through 12?" You know, it's like, wait, what? And all of a sudden, it's just swarm of bats, and he reforms, and he's like, "Hey, Padre, how's it going?"
Well, in Warhammer 40K, they can't kill him.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, because he has these unlimited. Well, he's got like a plethora. He's got millions of souls that he's drained, and he's feeding off them as a battery. I mean, that's how they describe it.
Mhm.
And so they just kept shooting him, kept disintegrating him, and he just kept forming back. They put like holy sigils on him. He ruffles his shoulders, and
And they
the
just fall off,
the sigils break. They literally explode off of him.
Mm.
He's that OP.
Yeah.
And they sent him down. They sent him down to a planet to fight the orcs. And like he's fighting orcs, and he's fighting them so well that they're like, "Hey, you're cool. Can you want to fight with us?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah, let's go." and the Imperium's like, "Oh shit."
Now we got this to deal with.
And it's so funny. It's like, yeah, of course, Alucard's like, "Okay, I used to be human, so I won't let the orcs take you over. We'll go after these guys, and we won't mess with you for now. But I'm gonna come back, you know." Oh Jesus, it's just the way it is.
All right, so we've talked about Fermi paradoxes, we've talked about theories and hyperbole situations, we've
Aliens
talked about
watching
media.
this.
So
Aliens watching this from the
I really
south.
think we went through all the theories. I mean, unless they're like some really
oh no,
down the
we
rabbit hole.
haven't even scraped.
I mean,
the surface of,
the main bulk of like where everyone you know what I mean, where everyone's talking about it.
Everyone except the scientists, you know, and NORAD who want to talk about it. I mean, but we're not trying to bore people.
I love shit like that.
But all boils down to the simple
Bored
question: Do you believe?
No.
Do you believe?
Yes,
Do I believe? Yeah, there's something. There's got to be something out there.
There has to be.
Yeah.
Even if it's microbial, there's something out there.
Yeah. So you guys keep saying that something's out there. Okay.
Something's here
There's not something out there fucking with us though.
no.
that we know of.
That as with the one with like,
Which means there is nothing out there. Okay, look.
Could be invasion of the body snatchers out there, man.
If something
It
is fucking with you to the point where you don't realize you're being fucking with, you're not being fucked with.
how do you know? You just can't perceive it.
Exactly. That means you aren't getting fucked with. Okay, here's how you know you're getting fucked with.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm doing this to you, okay, you're like, what the fuck? Hey, stop! You're fucking with me. But if I'm doing this and you're looking over there and you don't see me doing this, you're not being fucked with.
But what if you cannot perceive what they're doing? Maybe
It means you're not being fucked
But
with.
that you just can't perceive it. They are fucking.
Yeah,
with
what
you.
if I'm doing this to you?
But his molecules go right.
Meanwhile,
through
my
your
other hand's
molecules.
hacking into your bank account and draining your funds right now.
Oh, you're fucking with my bank account, but you're not fucking with me.
It's fucking with you.
No. You see, there's got to be
I thought
some
he was about
kind
to-
of
I
a
thought he was about to-
reaction that you're working with.
I think he's about to stand up there for a second.
You fucking with me.
Fuck with big.
You're not being messed with, guys.
But you can't perceive that you're getting messed with, though. That's a lack of you not being.
What if depression and what if autism is actually alien invasion?
Hey, there's.
You gotta bring that into it.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, what if autism is aliens?
Okay, what if?
What if people with autism are aliens?
Okay.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na.
You can apply that notion to anything. You can apply that notion to anything.
Democrats are aliens.
The Democrats are
They're lizard people.
look,
Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard person.
Yeah.
the people have made that connection. Someone thought that a newscaster was an alien and tried to kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I remember that. There was some deep psychosis happening. It was
Yeah.
just complete detachment from reality.
like, sorry, dude. The pixelization on the TV
Fucked up.
messed up. Yeah, no. For a split second, that chick turned into a lizard.
I saw the yellow in her eyes.
Yeah.
She had one eyelid that went down, and then a secondary one came down. She's a lizard
They're
person.
like, wow. And he was going to kill. Dude, wouldn't it have been crazy if she really was
Right.
really was a lizard?
I mean, imagine it's not paranoia if they're really out to get you. You know.
Dude, that's just, oh my God, that would be. I started getting like flashbacks of the movie V or the TV show V,
Yeah.
where all these lizard people they thought they were like benevolent aliens, and they were all a bunch of hungry lizards trying to eat people. Oh,
We're not even that nutrient dense. You know. It's just,
They were water and fat, really and truthfully.
or look.
with
Some of us.
like complicated house.
Polar bears really love seals, and guess what? They're just a bunch of water and fat.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's their favorite. They go cocoa for Cocoa Puffs when a seal is around.
Wouldn't it just make more sense to raise up a bunch of cattle though, and it'd be less resource heavy. You know, you got to provide cows with cable.
But see, here you two go again. You're bringing like relevance and importance to something that hasn't happened. If someone really wanted to come down here and they had the ability to transverse all kinds of this, and they got shit mastered, and they just wanted to take over the earth, it wouldn't take that much. It wouldn't take that much at all. One of the most
mass suggestion through a social media post.
One of the most scary sci-fi shows I saw, and it was really simple. It was low budget. This lady wakes up one morning, and her husband was like really pissed off at her. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Well, what's going on?" He's like, and then like he kills this woman who comes across. This neighbor. She wanted to borrow some sugar or some nonsense, and he kills her. Mm-hmm. And so the police come and grab him, and then they're like, "Well, what did you do?" And she's like, "I didn't do anything. He killed her." And they're like, "Well, you stay here." And they grab the guy, not like rough or anything. And then she starts noticing that a lot of guys are beating up their girlfriends and wives. One of her other friends calls her. He's like, "He's going crazy. He's going to whack her. I told you not to get on the phone. Whack, whack, whack." And I was like, "Oh, shit." And then so all the men start killing all the women. Mm. No matter how old they were. It could be an old lady or a little toddler. If you were a female, the male species would kill you. Mm. Okay, so then women started like mass separating from men trying to save themselves. Too late. Men hunted them down and killed them.
This sounds fucking crazy.
Okay, okay. Now, one gay dude, her best friend is gay dude. He wasn't trying to kill her because he was gay, obviously. Mm-hmm. And so he's like dressed her up as a guy, and they're like walking through checkpoints and stuff, and they're hiding out in the forest. He gets sick and dies. And so she's by herself, dressed up as a dude. And then this ball of light comes out of the sky and lands. And there's these aliens. They look like really, really delicate, like, for the lack of a better word, squid people.
Okay.
And they're walking, they're glowing and everything, and they're walking. And then this guy comes out of the forest. He's hunting for women. And it just shoots him with a beam of light, and he dies. And then also you start seeing all these other lights coming down out of the sky. They had infected men with some kind of weird virus that made them kill all the women off. And then they killed off all the men. And she's standing there with a few other women, and they're watching the aliens basically kill off all the men. And that's the end of the show.
What the fuck?
Yeah. They don't have to do that much. If you figure what they really wanted to do with you. Or there's another creepy one where there's these aliens, they look like demons. Big red demons with wings and shit. They give people all kinds of technology. Don't get sick, don't get, don't get hurt anymore. They've abolished wars, but in the process of making all these people like uber strong and not getting susceptible to dying and stuff, they make everybody infertile. No one can have babies. And then they turn the kids that were already there into living like energy bombs. And they all coalesce into this big sphere of energy that destroys Earth.
What the fuck?
Kind of shows you watch
I was
it,
about to
man.
say that too.
It's you two idiots who want these fools coming down from space.
I say one
This
of
is
them.
some
I just said
extreme
this is-
sci-fi.
Oh, this is sci-fi.
No, I meant like Sci-Fi Channel, like 213
Oh,
sci-fi with the low.
Yeah, I mean, my thought process was going to like, well, what was that big thing that just happened a few years ago where they made everybody inject some weird shit into themselves and started fucking with DNA or RNA fucking templates and shit?
And it does make sense. Like I said, they could be here controlling everything because they want us to use us as cattle, but they don't want us to let them know they're here. But that is
What if
true.
it's how they
easy,
reproduce?
How easy it would be to like just...
We've seen shows like that too, where they didn't have a body of their own. What was it called?
Was that Host?
The Host, I think it was. Yeah, they were just little balls of light that they
almost like jellyfish that would attach into your fucking...
They touch in your back of your head. And then like it's so funny, it's like the people who were fighting against them, right, the regular people, they were starving and stuff. And then like they just walked into this like big giant Walmart center and it's just full of food. And they walked in and took all the food that they could carry. And they were like, oh God, we're stealing. No, they're giving it to you. But they were so they were so human that they looked strange to the people who just walking in and taking shit. And they almost got caught because of it. And it was only because one of the hosts decided to, I think it was to sacrifice itself for her and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, it was like a whole. What was it? It was the main character. It was another Stephanie Myers or whatever her name is.
I don't even remember that.
The author,
I'm gonna have to watch it tonight because now I'm.
So the author of the book is the same author of the Twilight series.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I never read I only read the book. I've never seen the movie. I've seen like scenes from the movie and stuff. So I know, but I read the book. And so the whole thing is the main character is the alien that takes over the protagonist's body, and she doesn't get erased in the process like normally happens. And so
sharing the
body. And there's a love interest involved who both of them are interested in. The alien and the human are both interested in this one guy. And but they're part of this like resistance movement that's trying to fight back against the aliens and everything.
Part of her is alien. They're hiding it from.
But so in this process of them cooperating in the same body, sharing the same mental space, and basically being telepathically linked to each other, the alien starts understanding a bit more about humanity and how they work, and then the humans learning how the aliens work and what their whole thing is, because like they weren't even malevolent. They just literally are like cosmic jellyfish that just drift to different planets, and they just settle into whatever host body they can attach onto, and they just live out the lives of that host body, and then they drift off and move on. But these ones in particular, this batch or family of that had moved on to Earth and was taking over humanity, they started seeing all these humans just being absolutely terrible to each other, and they're like, we're gonna fix up the place, we're gonna spruce it up, hang some new curtains, and get humanity to cooperate and evolve as a species and be more
and they
did. And they did. But humans, because we're terrible, they're like, we don't want that.
We don't want to get told.
We don't want to be
we
don't want to be compelled and coerced into cooperation. And so, don't get me wrong, free will is very important. It's just that just
I don't know.
Those glaring mirrors.
Would you rather be a fucked up human, starving, or would you rather have this alien be sucked into your head, take over your body, improve humanity, but you ain't shit? What would you rather be?
That is actually a tough one. Because on the one hand, freedom and autonomy. On the other hand, utopian society.
Yeah, utopian society. Free from disease and murder
but no
and
free will.
hunger.
I'd rather us get there get there ourselves on our own.
Oh bullshit! We're not gonna.
I mean, that'll be the next stage.
Honestly,
That's the next. What he was talking about with the filters and stuff, the societal
If we
filters.
make it past that goal.
Yeah, if we roll that.
past what goal?
If we roll anything other than a 5, if we get into,
I said there's like certain like milestones that we have to hit to become. It's a
higher
roll of a dice.
civilization.
5 kills you, the rest don't.
type 1 civilization,
And that's
type
just
2
a metaphor.
civilization.
The metaphor is there's so many of
Brezhnev.
these hurdles you have to get past to become a spacefaring civilization, to be get out there and for other species as we are to see us and be like, whoa, look, aliens. That
I don't think we're gonna make it.
I don't think we're gonna make it either. I'll be completely honest with you.
We'll eventually make it.
I'll be.
But for right now, we're gonna have to wrap this
Call
one
it
up.
a night.
I think Big Smoke's the alien here. That's what's really
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's just railing so hard on that. Oh no, there's no aliens out there. Beep beep boop bleep bleep. They know.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain. Ignoring the man behind the curtain.
Ignore him.
All right. Hit the social medias. Find us on Facebook, Nightwatch Podcast. Buy us some Red Bulls and some Monsters and some coffee, please. ko-fi.com/Nightwatch Podcast. Like, follow, subscribe, notification bell.
Please,
hit them
please.
all.
Yep.
Share it around to let your family know about Nightwatch. Get to talking about it at work. That's gonna be it for this shift, folks. We'll see you in the next one.
Hey,
This is the Resistance.
aloha.
Goodbye.
All right, time to empty out the mop bucket, run the trash, and hit the lights. Go get off my time clock, and be safe getting home.